And we're going to hop right in to some games. So game one. I need to remember something. 1, 2, 5, 8, 6, 7, 8, 4, 9, 5. Might help if I put replay before that. Oh my goodness. All right, replay. 1, 2, 5, 8, 6, 7, 8, 4, 9, 5. Dexter, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. He's here to chat. The dog is here. The doggo. He's not happy about this. You wanna go lay down with the boys? Yeah, you do? Alright. He wants to go lay down with the boys, chat. He does not want to cast with me. I tried to ask him, but he said no. He said absolutely not. His woofles and barks would not be appreciated. That's what he told me. Alright, dude. You wanna go lay down with Logan and Luke? Alright. That's my homie, chap. That is my homie. All right. Let's hop into these games. No spectator password. Let's go, dude. Spectator. This one is Good Bergerr. Is it B? GR. Alright, cool. Game state is 0-0. Alright. Let me remove myself from here. Boop. Alright, so we see Majibush's Toe Pics ban out Mercury and Freya with their first two bans, while Good Bergerr picks up the Chernobog and Bologna bans. Kind of surprised to see Chernobog banned after the nerfs. I'm not sure he is as good as he was. Maybe he is. I have not seen him played since the nerfs the other day, though. So there's that. Last ban, Nemesis. And Nemesis has been an absolute crazy assassin to play in the jungle. Like, just doing a ton of damage lately. We've seen her played a lot in the SPL, along with other leagues. So not surprised there. Along with Yu Huang. Yu Huang has been a really powerful mid laner, very safe, and does a lot of damage in these team fights. First pick, though, is this Xbalanque, which we've seen starting to be on the rise. Curious to see how the build goes for this X-Ball. Not a huge fan of the character itself, but I think if you have the pieces to go with the ult, and then you're getting to protect him and he gets those bolas out, that's going to be really good. I just don't know. Personally, I haven't enjoyed him as much, but I have seen him rise and play, and he has been good when I do see him. We see the first two picks come out for Good Bergerr. They're going to pick up this Daji, which has been an absolute menace in the jungle for many teams, and I expect that this Daji could push an early lead, and if that happens, it could be a bad time for Majin Bush's Toe Pics. They pick up this Kepri too, just to back up on that dive, and rounding out their top three with an E set, it just has to feel good. There's going to be a lot of sustain in this comp, a lot of ability to dive and protect this Daji and the carries that they're going to pick soon. So, or carry, I should say. Very interesting to see how this goes. For Majin Bush's Toe Pics, we do see a Jing Chen come through, which is one of my favorite guardians of the game. He is very anti-damage. I think that's just a huge pickup. I think he just does so much for your team. And you follow that up with an Osiris. This Osiris could go jungle solo.
Welcome to the fun frenzy!
Yo, Phoenix Finks, thank you for the sub. Hopefully you're doing well this evening. I really like the look of this comp. This Osiris is a good flex pick to go into solo or jungle, along with this Jing Chen. Really good build of your front line early. We do see the first bans come out here for Good Bergerr. They banned the Morgan, And I am a huge fan of this band because I don't want to deal with double Jing Chins. I don't want to give them a Kepri or Issa ult, and I sure as heck don't want to give them a Daji ult. So I think that's a huge pickup there. And then we see for Majin Bush's toe picks, they go ahead and ban away the Heimdallr, who has been a pretty good hunter and does have a pretty good matchup into this X-Ball. And now following it up with the Oleron ban, which had just nasty team time. We have seen Oleron on the rise, so makes sense to get rid of that team fight ultimate. And then last but not least, getting rid of the Charybdis, who's finally back in competitive play after a bug that has kept her away from the comp scene for quite some time. I should know because it's one of my favorite gods to play. And is probably, in my opinion, the safest hunter in the game. So good ban there. Don't give him too much safety with these Heimdallr and the Charybdis. But now, over for Good Bergerr, we're going to be looking for our solo or carry here, and I'm really curious to see which one they prioritize. They decide to go carry, which makes sense. If you look over, you already know you're going to play in an X-Ball. You don't know where this Osiris is going. You don't want to pick solo here, because if you do, then they can counterpick your solo still. I mean, that's what it comes down to. That's why that Osiris is such a good third pick for MB. And I'm not surprised to see them go for their hunter here. I'm a little bit surprised to see the Izanami, who has kind of fallen by the wayside as of late. Still very good, obviously. Tons of pressure, especially with this Kepri. This should be a very good laning phase for Duo. And it's really going to come out to who gets the first blood in Duo. I think kind of gets to push a pretty significant lead there, as Izanami can clear the wave faster than X-Ball starting out, but it will kind of even out probably about that 7 to 8, 10 minute mark. But now we have Majin Bush's toe picks, and they're making these last two bans, and they have to decide kind of like, hey, where are we taking this Osiris? How are we feeling about E-set and mid? What's going to be a good counter to that? What's going to feel good into that? What works well with this 3v3? You see that they have a Daji and a Kepri and an E-set. You're probably going to want some CC immunity, I'm assuming. We do see the Ravana being hovered here. Ravana, a very good pick, allows for dive, great CC immunity. Again, can flex into solo or jungle. So they're still not giving away in their comp who's going where. And I really like this pick if they lock it in just for that reason. It really makes you decide, hey, who am I counterpicking? Am I counterpicking the Ravana or am I counterpicking the Osiris? Which one do I decide is more of a problem here? But they're still waiting to think about this mid laner, and I'm curious to see who they decide to pick up here. I have a feeling that we might see something like a Merlin come through. I don't think we'll see a Toth. Merlin, the problem is no CC immunity. They need that CC immunity. Scylla, maybe? Oh, and the Scylla is what gets locked in. Ooh, I like this a lot with the Jing Chen being able to throw it right into I'm a monster, and then you just get to go hammy salami. I think this Scylla could be a huge problem for Good Bergerr. And now Abstracted Mona is the last pick here, and is going to have to lock in this solo pick. And really, who's it going to be? Who are they counterpicking? Yo, that's what's up, Kenny. Pick the Guan Yu. Not a standard solo that we've been seeing really at all. Not a bad pick here. But if that's Osiris solo, I don't think that Guan Yu feels particularly good into that. If it's into the Ravana, sure. Another, another idea. But Guan Yu, I don't know if that's that's definitely not a pick I just thought I would see tonight. But with that, we're going to hop right into game number 1 and see who takes away game 1. And as a reminder, Majin Bush's toe picks need to win this set to get into the playoffs. Good Bergerr needs to win this set for better playoff seeding. So there are playoff implications for both teams, and we're just going to see how it goes. We are now in game number 1, and we will see how the starts kind of pan out. We've seen a variety of different starts happening, specifically with mid and jungle, either starting at red or speed. We'll see what both teams decide to prioritize and go from there. All right, Strength of the Dragon, if I remember correct, is there. Yeah, because Flux, yeah. I'm not looking at rosters, chat, so I'm just kind of, vibing. I might get trolled. Maybe it's E-set carry, which would be kind of cracked. Just to let y'all know, I made sure in typing MB's toe picks on Twitter that I added Majin Busha in the tweet. Just because I think that makes it way more funny. I think it's just too good. Nothing too different here. These are pretty standard starts. We do see each jungler go for... One goes for Bumbas, one goes for the jungle. We see a difference in mid going Conduit versus Hands of Time. A difference in support going Sentinels or Benevolence. But overall, all these starts are pretty justified. We do have a double hog for Majin Busha's toe picks with the jungle support. So they're looking to clear fast and get to these lanes as quickly as possible. Both teams will be starting their mid jungle at speed buff. So nothing too funny to be happening early here. Should just see a typical fight over in duo lead to a fight over in mid. And the solos will slap away at each other like usual. Blaze me. Okay, I can do this. Oh, you mean hop in? Un momento, chat. Un momento. I gave you perms to the channel, TIH. No duo memento. Dude, I'm doing trace memento. What do you mean? What do you mean? The God tier caster squad is back. I mean, yeah, we're pretty cracked. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of get carried, but like I'm cool with that. To be fair, it's a good time nonetheless. By the way, chat, Realm Royale PTS is out, and it's sick. It's really good.
It's the OG Realm.
Dude, it's so good. It is so good.
The only problem with OG Realm is Mage Bust.
Dude, and the axes hit super hard for warriors.
Yeah. All right, now what were you saying about getting carried?
Yeah, I said I said you carry me, dude. That's what I said.
No, stop that. Stop it.
Do you want me to walk you through drafts real quick, or are you good?
No, I don't care.
Okay.
I'm not worried about the drafts. Whenever I see the game, I'll see what's picked, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good. Oh yeah, let me pull it up in Discord for you. Don't worry, we have Bergerr and Bergerr on the same team, so what could go wrong?
No, I know. Those two are some of the longest people I've casted.
Oh,
like,
nice.
In terms of time.
Yeah.
So there's been plenty of Bergerr.
Yeah. I saw that and I was like, well, that's going to be fun. My favorite thing about doing picks and bans was saying that it's a flex pick, but Flux was the person that picked it during the picks and bans. So it really just leaves you to think, like, does he mean flex pick or flux pick? And I enjoy that. But nothing too crazy. As I was talking about builds, like we see a difference for pretty much everybody except for the carries.
Shocker, carries the same build because carries only like what? Being top damage and being busted.
I mean, they have the same starter. They did get one got trans and one's going Devos, so there is a difference there. But like if you're playing X ball and you're not starting trans, you're asking to lose the game.
Yeah, I mean, but either way, at the end of the day, they're using one of two builds.
Yeah, so. I've been build testing, but I'm not going to get into that right now. I have been build testing.
No, let's just not.
No. But both teams started at speed. No difference in actual starts. Yeah. Like they're similar. Majin Busha's toe picks did pick up double hog though, and I found that kind of interesting.
All right. Well, with the clear starting, one thing to keep note of is this Osiris death toll into the tier 1 of most likely going to be berserkers. Something that's going to be interesting going into Skull's Guan Yu, no less, with the tier 1 of breastplate and bluestone pendant. So that's going to be a hopefully Dragon can solo down Skullus before he hits level 5, or there's just probably no killing him at that point until he gets help. In the meantime, mid, a nice little quick pressure in the lane coming out of Bergerr and Mona, and which is expected to happen with a set against a Scylla, especially after all the damage nerfs that happened. Over in the dual lane, though, it's going to be the Capri and Izanami combo, just keeping this Jingtian and Jibal pushed back. And I mean, when it comes to this is almost what you expect because of the double hits Izanami gets.
Yeah, Izanami here is going to be feeling pretty good until these bolas can clear wave pretty quickly, and that really comes with itemization over leveling. And I think in the grand scheme of things, Izanami's going to be clearing that wave pretty consistently quicker than the X-Ball until about 7 minutes in, and then I think we'll probably see it even out. But I am surprised to see it Izanami picked here. I mean, not that Izanami's bad, it's just something we haven't been seeing in a lot of competitive play.
No, a lot of that's due to really just how you have to use her abilities, and when I mean, especially when there's just better options in the game in terms of ultimates and movement. It's kind of hard to willingly pick an Izanami.
Yeah, I mean, her 3's pretty projected.
Yeah, it's... Hey guys, I'm looking this way. That's where I'm going. I'll be invis after getting there. Hopefully no one has a big AoE that... Oh wait, most gods in this game have a big AoE.
Yeah, I am, like I said, I was surprised. I'm also surprised, do you know, is SGC, is this Guan Yu just like a comfort pick? I was surprised to see that picked into... obviously they didn't know if they were into Osiris or they're into Ravana, but I was surprised to see that locked over so many other possible picks.
It very well could be. It could also be the point of their draft. Since you're playing a set mid, if you use the Guan Yu ultimate and just put it right down in hers, I mean, could you imagine getting a 3-man stun on top of the set's ultimate popping off late game? That's not something you really want to deal with, but I don't really think it's a bad pick, like, if you're playing for the team fight phase.
Yeah, I liked it for team fight. I think in lane, it's just going to feel rough if you don't get an early kill. So if they don't get a gank there early, I think that it just pretty much ends up stagnant there for quite some time.
Actually, the best case scenario for him is nothing happens in his lane.
Yeah.
If he doesn't die and he doesn't get a kill, he has nothing to worry about because he's going to be on level with Dragon at all times. And speaking of trouble, dual lanes falling into trouble for Good Bergerr, because in comes Flux. He's not the ultimate yet, so he's not going to be able to Mystic Rush over the wall, but he does get a root and a nice little hand clap there onto Tredo. On the back end, though, here comes Bergerr. He is level 5, so this is a little bit of a trouble movement for Flux. Does have the overhead kick if he wants to get into some immunity. Here comes the ultimate coming down, Mona in it, and Bergerr will get first blood onto Flux 3.5 minutes in. And looks like a few assists there as well, so 4 members gaining some XP and gold off of that one. And for Pics, it's your jungler falling down, but that's not the one you really want getting first blood right now.
No, you already have this E set ahead in mid, or not, I won't say ahead, not ahead of the Scylla, but just ahead of the dual lane by being level 5, and then gets to walk over, grab first blood, and just increase a lead instantly. It was a very weird gank over there by Flux. Flux walked in, it seemed like there was some communication differences there about when he was actually going to be able to arrive and get that stun off, and that led to a bad invade for purple, which then led to Flux dying, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I think the weirder thing is having Blink up during that and choosing not to use it when you're not level 5. That's kind of, you're willingly allowing them to get back closer to the tower for free. So hopefully the next time around, we'll see either the Blink or the ultimate used to initiate onto the enemy team. But for now, because of all of that XP that was able to come off the assist, we do see pressure regained by Good Bergerr here. Even going to invade into some farm territory, taking away the camp from Pics. They're actually going to be able to get the left side Harpies too if they're paying attention to the spawn time. And Mona even coming over for a gank rotation this time around. Does have the ultimate and Blink, so it's a good chance of going in, but this is still a G-Ball, so this is immunity that comes off the dash. Going to be better than the ult. There's it. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know about you, but as soon as I see Phoenix dash like that, I'm ulting as a Daji.
Yeah, I am instantly ulting. Because like, what's gonna happen? Oh, you get beads too. I mean, like you have to take it. You have to.
Yeah, that to me, even if you end up using the ult and he gets out with beads, that's a win-win. You forced out the dash and get beads. It's not like he had one or the other at all times.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised not to see the commitment there by Mona. And I think when you see this Daji, we're so used to being playing kind of this hyper-aggressive style that really you should be trying to push a lead on this Ravana who can't really keep up and provide the same CC team fight that the Daji can. The Daji really wants to push a lead early and commit to that for the rest of the game, as we do see a stealing of the gift there by the Jing Chen. But I am it's a very strange start for the junglers here. I think we didn't see the blink come through for Flux earlier, but I think that would have put him there even earlier, which wasn't good. And now we see Flux getting poked out again. Oh, there's the ult.
Yeah, you mentioned the junglers, and they get some action going. Flux will fall. I'm not sure if he had overhead kick, but a nice ultimate there out of Tredo. For now, we'll keep his mid laner alive, but in comes a Whirlwind of Rage and Steel into the Ama Monster. The Crush will successfully finish off Mona with even the shell being used in ult and a shell. Still not enough to save the life of Mona there. So jungler for jungler. The only difference is Flux is the one who's up, so he'll have some time to catch up and farm.
Yeah, I talked about Bigmar on this Scylla, and I said, hey, if Aiden ults, it's a free Ama Monster. Just every single time. If they don't beads it, it's a free Ama Monster. If you get the kill, you're going to reset and just do tons of damage. And that's exactly what happened right there. We see Mona dive that tier 1 tower for the kill, which was a really great dive and does pick up a good kill there, but ends up getting punished for it on the back end. And they lose some relics on that end too. So Good Bergerr kind of, I think, falls behind a little bit there.
They do if any sort of fight ends up breaking around where you'll need that shell. I feel like, unfortunately, Tredo wasn't able to get far enough away, so at some point you've just got to go, we have to let our jungler die here for that, just because, let's be fair, Mona took a couple tower shots.
Yeah.
There's no real way, unless you can get like halfway down the lane as Capri, to successfully keep your jungler safe in that situation. So I feel like that's a trade that happens no matter what, just because of the positioning from Pics in return. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. But Bergerr, in the meantime, Flux is successful. The gank this time around did use the blink, so he's going to help his ADC Phoenix, who almost got traded out, by the way. That's close.
Yeah, I mean, luckily Flux was hanging around, because I think if Flux wasn't there for that blink, even if the kill doesn't happen, right? If he wasn't there with the blink root, I'm pretty sure that Phoenix dies there. I don't think there's a question about it.
No, there's zero question in any way.
Yo, can we talk about Bergerr's build? Bergerr's a gamer, dude. Bergerr with the double T1s, with Light Blade and the tier 1 bow.
Just stacking that attack speed, man.
Really giving that Gilgamesh passive type vibes. I don't hate it. Maybe it's going into an Odie bow for the tier 2, and then you finish off Light Blade. I don't know. Very strange.
Yeah, I feel like this is just for the attack speed, just so he can clear faster and get the autos. Because in that situation, if he had one auto faster, he probably does trade Phoenix out there.
Yeah.
So I can see the point of it, because you do get more attack speed out of these 2 tier 1 items than you do of upgrading to the tier 2 of one of them. And oh, this is interesting, but that ultimate is down, so Good Bergerr, no matter what, theirs do secure the Gold Fury. And we already see Mona going up into the ult. Chains 1, but does manage to grab 2 ults and beads, as a matter of fact. Mona comes down, though, is going to get the ultimate from Tredo, and it will be procced, but unfortunately, Flux is here with the Mystic Rush. Goes overhead kick as well, just off the mark, but finally finishes off the jungler for Good Bergerr. MB's Pics, they lose the Gold Fury, but they're coming out on top with the kills 3-2, only finding themselves down 800 gold.
Yeah, it has to feel good that even if you lose Gold Fury there, you don't get the steal. That you're able to get the ultimate out of Daji, which is going to make your mid laner feel pretty safe, at least for like the next, 60 seconds. And then you also just get that good pickup there. And it's not like we didn't see a good ult there by Mona. Like, the last powwow chain there and then get the Jing Chen off of her, I'm great. The problem was you jumped down into a Scylla root. Like that's literally the only thing that was the mistake, is you jumped down and Scylla root was up. So I do like the aggression we're seeing by Mona right now. I think that's very typical and what you want of a Daji and what you want of your jungler with this comp. And I want to see them keep doing it. The Khepri ults were really good so far. And the fact that they proc that Khepri ult, I'm actually more confused by than anything else.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I kind of want to start seeing Good Bergerr start collapsing on Mona's ults. That was a situation where they kind of just kept sitting back instead of coming in. And Shredder has to use the ultimate from a distance that, even though he, again, tries getting away, the collapsing toe picks are able to respond instantly, and Flux finds himself a free kill. It's a situation, like it's like Daji ult is like Jingtian, Cerberus, and Ares.
Yep.
Go up. Your team, when it ends, needs to be collapsing on it. Period. End of story.
Yeah, and, and that was a good ult. Like, X-Ball doesn't have beads anymore. You can step up into that fight, because if you see him, he should die. But again, they just stood there and watched. Like, they were just like bystanders to a situation rather than being like active participants. So just kind of strange. But that was a great pyro pickup by MB's Topics here to return some of that gold and really put themselves within 400 gold of Good Bergerr.
Yeah, and this just kind of comes back to that Gold Fury fight where normally in that situation you're coming out well ahead, but because the return kills in exchange for the Fury plus the Pyromancer, now we're looking at such as pretty much an even gold game. And now the Trebuchet that was pushing left, it's down, but the response is that Phoenix gets to freely push a wave up, and over in mid, Flux has to use the Mystic Rush. He's trying to avoid the chains, but him and Bigmar both get hit. Flux is the only one who gets pulled, though, but Bigmar, using the beads, perfect timing to make sure that that jungle trade is there. Will not let Flux's life go to waste. This already puts a little bit of pressure on Good Bergerr. It's, again, that situation of you don't have anyone collapsing. Now, granted, Bergerr couldn't in that situation due to his health, but it's a little concerning that your jungler's going in. You guys are hardly getting any return for it.
Yeah, it's a I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna trade my life, and we don't get anything out the back end from it. Which, as someone that's played a lot of jungle, that is one of the worst feelings, is that you trade your life for one when you've done so much more that it should have been a trade for, two, maybe more. So I do think that feels bad right now, but maybe we'll start seeing it collapse soon. They have to start looking at Bigmar on the Scylla going absolutely just ham. There's no one challenging him whatsoever in these fights. He gets to stand back, cast a free root, pick up a kill, or throw out a crush, pick up a kill. I'm a monster, get a kill. At some point, it has to go, how do we get to Bigmar? Not how do we get to Flux, not how do we get to Phoenix. How do we get to Bigmar to try to keep him from scaling to late game too fast?
And one thing to keep in mind is neither solo laner has yet to rotate across the map. These 7 kills have been in mid and the duo lane only. Both of them have gone pretty much unharmed, untouched this whole time. The Breastplate of Valor's come out, the Genji's guards out, Sovereignty, Berserker out for Strength of a Dragon. So this is kind of a situation for these solo laners of first one to rotate may be the biggest impact, unless the other one follows up right behind him, which I almost expect these guys to rotate when they see the other back.
Yeah, I'm waiting, because we talked about, like, if Skolas makes it through laning phase and just gets to level without any deaths happening in his lane, that's best case scenario. And, like, it's best case scenario right now for Good Bergerr as far as their solo goes. But there's Bigmar with another crazy crush as Mono goes up into the Powwow looking for any type of change. Does get the ult out of Flux.
Bergerr gets ulted by Aiden, thrown back in. Good Bergerr doesn't really collapse except for trying to get around Bergerr, but Tredo will be the one who gets a kill on the Phoenix. Phoenix there with the dot damage, and Mona does get pulled back, but Flux able to chase down, get a kill. Strength of a Dragon is here trying to get something done. Skolas is here as well, though. Is going to get a double stun. Aiden finding himself in trouble. Nice stun and silence there from Bergerr, but unfortunately Flux goes over the wall for the double kill. And this is just going back to these constant fights with Good Bergerr. Mona up so far, gets the pull. The team backs off. Aiden tosses one in.
Again, look at Bigmar's health. Unscathed. doesn't even get touched that whole entire time. And that's what really worked out great for MB's Topics there. Flux comes in and gets to finish off some kills. Mona doesn't get followed up on very well again. And Bigmar just gets to stand back and cast the Scylla. It's a very dangerous game for Good Bergerr to be playing to allow him just to sit there and do what he's doing.
Yeah, this is a situation where Mona's new target needs to just permanently become Bigmar. You're the assassin. You've got the quick burst damage. Force Bigmar out of these fights. Do whatever you can, you know, get your bleed up, use your teleport straight on them as Topics. They're going to be the ones who take the Primal Fury out as it's finally picked up after a good fight that they won. But I think that's the call that Good Bergerr needs to make. Send your jungler onto Bigmar. Worry about Flux diving your back end. Because the result is, if Bigmar is forced out, great. You don't have to worry about the Scylla. If not, Flux is most likely trying to help Bigmar out against Mona, which means free all and collapse. So it's kind of a situation where Good Bergerr has the options. They just need to make sure when they take these fights to have the relics, because really, Aiden's their biggest concern when it comes to CC.
Yeah, I mean, like, if as soon as this Jing Chen ultimate's gone, okay, what are they going to do to you? They have to hit a root from the Scylla, which is a skill issue, right? Like if it's a hard thing to hit during the middle of a fight sometimes, and then Flux has a root. That's it. Like, there's no other CC until this Osiris rotates over, and that's a matter of like having tether on them the whole time. So really, your true concern is this Jing Chen. And if you're diving and you get Bigmar early, you don't even have to worry about the Jing Chen at that point.
I mean, 17 minutes in, no towers have fallen. The only one close is going to be the solo lane of Topics. Speaking of solo lane, looks like Dragon may be in a rough situation here. There are 4 members collapsing on him. Does manage to get away, though, using the beads and the ultimate. However, Skullus says, no, we're chasing you down. The ultimate goes off, gets the stun. Another stun coming in from Bergerr there. They're trying to chase the tether, and it'd be good for now. Mona even going up into the ult. Finally, the last shot will hit Dragon and take him out of the picture. But that's 2 ultimates just to take down the solo laner. And with Aiden here, they're not going to find any kind of control on that side of the map. In the meantime, though, Flux ganks Bergerr on the left-hand side, and that's a free kill.
Yeah, absolutely free. There's nothing for them to worry about. They know there's 4 members of Good Bergerr over in right lane to gank an Osiris. Meanwhile, now you're going to get, you get the carry killed. You're going to get a tier 1 tower. And then you could probably fight off the back end of this in a 4v5 or a 3v5, even better.
Okay, I'm glad Good Bergerr stopped chasing, because I saw them following Bigmar, and I'm like, you're going to get led into a trap, I'm glad that they stopped at the red buff and went, no, let's just farm, get what we can, and try regrouping or whatever we can. Now, the tier 1 tower in left does go down as a result. So did the tier 1 in mid, because Bigmar did not rotate, decided to hold his ground. So, I mean, realistically, Strength of Dragon's first death coming in that late, and they get that much in return for it, is huge for Topics making the right choices.
So, Bergerr still has this T1 Lightblade. And I'm debating in my mind, does he actually finish it into something, or is he going to sell it and buy Deathbringer? Because he has an Atalantis, he's going into what I'm assuming is going to be a Wind Demon.
It
and
could
the next
be a possibly upgraded Executioner.
That's what I think. I think either has to be a Ferocious Executioner, or Kins is going to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the only other reasonable option. If you're not going Ferocious, you need to go Kins here. I mean, unless it's just a placeholder until you go Deathbringer to get into Malice, but it's kind of a weird
strange. Yeah,
decision at this point, because this tier 1 Lightblade, you've kind of, yes, it helped you earlier, but it would have been better to sell it to help boost like into this Wind Demon at least.
Yeah, very strange as we see Aiden does go in, followed by the I'm the Monster. Oof, lots of damage onto Bergerr.
A great combo there coming out of the 2 of them. Bigmar getting the ult, or the kill, but is going to get pulled here, and it's not even actually going to get to the pull. Mona's just going to hit that last chain, take Bigmar out of the picture. Unfortunately, though, had to go so far ahead of the team that he was going to fall up until the ultimate comes through. Strength of a Dragon going to get stunned by Skullus, so there is no chase onto Mona this time. The difference is going to be 4 ults used from Topics to 3 from Good Bergerr, able to save the life of their jungler. Gonna get Oracle control over what will be spawning Gold Fury. The only other objective up is Fire Giant. So really, all that there's left for Pics to do is try and pressure a lane, and they're not really doing that. They're kind of just returning to the jungles.
Yeah, and I'm really surprised to see the ward coverage that doesn't exist for Pics here by the Fire Giant. We have sentries galore over here by Good Bergerr, and it is an absolute problem as Flux finally comes over and drops a ward. It's a problem, the ward control that Good Bergerr has over this Fire Giant pit. If they even get an inkling that Pics go for that Gold Fury, I expect Fire Giant to get instantly pulled and dropped.
I would too, especially with Bergerr being level 18. Yes, you have a couple items not finished, but you're still a late game ADC at that point. You're going to be able to help your team shred it enough as Aiden goes aggressive against Bergerr and Shadow over mid. Kind of interesting that no one really rooted him or anything there. But Gold Fury has spawned. We have Phoenix lurking nearby, trying to get good positioning so they can get a good start on it. But Bergerr and Shreddo, they're collapsing onto Aiden, who has to be a little careful here just in case. But the ultimate coming out of Phoenix is actually going to cause a separation. No way of continuing any aggression on the support as Skullis and Bergerr going to finally rejoin their teammates towards this Gold Fury. And these Pics, they got to be careful. There's only 3 members here, whereas there's 4 stacking, and Mona coming in on the end too. Flux coming around the corner, Strength of a Dragon finally going to join his team, and as the teams finally meet at the Gold Fury, it is dropped, which means now we're just going to kind of play the waiting game of who's going to take the first engagement, because at the end of the day, if Mona's going to sit on this one, it's maybe a good counter ultimate coming in. In goes Aiden, the Whirlwind of Raging Steel picks up and tosses two. A monster will be off the mark because Mona goes into the powwow, misses the chain onto Bigmar, hits one, pulls Aiden in, but Strength of a Dragon so far deep, there's no help. Bergerr takes him out. Flux gets Mona in return. The Mystic Rush used to continue the chase. Berger's in trouble. Bigmar getting a lot of damage, but has the ultimate from Treddo. Gonna try and force their way in. Will proc it as well. Get pushed back, and with that, Pics regrouping and just falling back at this too. And Phoenix being the one who's in trouble. Skull is trying to do everything he can, but Bergerr, a nice kill on the Phoenix, who gets a return kill on Treddo at the same time. Aiden trying to help out his team to crush just off the mark. And with Skullis here, Berger's going to continue getting healed. Oh, a big stun. Bigmar may finally be in trouble. The Aegis is forced for the first time, and Bergerr will get the kill. Flux, overhead kick, trying to go around, but Bergerr forces the stun to reposition him. Unfortunately, though, not going to use the Wind Gusts there to finish him off. So instead, returns to the Gold Fury, try and help his teammates to take this one down.
Aiden's still chilling over here, though, looking to see if they can get a steal or possibly pick up a kill. As he does get the steal!
He got it at the last second. It looked like there was no health left, but manages to just come through. And Bergerr, oh, this is some of the worst positioning to be in, but with the silence, Strength of a Dragon is going to have to fight 3 Aidens here, but not much mana. Strength of a Dragon is actually getting shredded here. Nice Whirlwind of Raging Steel, though, with Flux. Flux making a double kill here, or will it be Strength of a Dragon? No, neither. The Mystic Rush, not enough to get the kill. And the dash from Skullis, this chase. Will it happen overhead? Okay, never mind. No overhead kick to get him closer. He's just going to hit the root.
So, I personally don't understand fighting over a normal Gold Fury at 22 minutes into the game. I said it before that fight broke out and the positioning happened. If you're Good Bergerr and you see them go Gold Fury, go to Fire Giant. Just go get Fire. Okay, they get some gold. You're going to get more gold and a buff off of Fire. You had perfect ward coverage over it, and now you're in a position of you've given up all this pressure to Pics and momentum as they go into another fight and they're poking out, because now they want to pull Fire Giant, which they're going to start, because where is Good Bergerr to be found? They're not here, except for Treddo.
Yeah, and we just watched want to come up to the jungle. They're going to try and get here in time, but I don't think there's any chance they're going to make it. Yeah, I'm a monster even being used just in case, knowing someone's nearby. Treddo's having to run off. This tier 1 in right-hand side is going to be the call, and it's going to fall quickly. And to the point you're making about going to Fire Giant, I think the issue for Bergerr was they were all in mid and the left side already. So even if they willingly gave up the Gold Fury at that point, they just end up getting nothing out of it because of their positioning. It gets burned too fast. But Skullis, in the meantime, does use the ultimate, get a stun. Bergerr is going to be the first one to get a kill onto Aiden. Nice little stun that came from Bergerr on the back end of Skulls is causing a little bit of chaos. Topics just having to full-on retreat from that one pick as a Trebuchet is pushing up that left-hand side.
Yeah, Topics get a little bit over-aggressive here. They get the tier 1, they're like, okay, we have fire, we can now fight. You also have a lot of gold that you can go back and spend and, finish off some items, like, the Light Blade for Bergerr. I hate to quit harping on it, but we got to do something with it. Something has to happen with that item. We do see a Magi's Revenge, which I really like for Tredo. Basically, any CC happens to him, he's CC immune, but he also gets that revenge target, giving that movement speed and damage to his team. I like the rage that we see for Bergerr. Throw down that circle, pop it, and man, you're going to be swinging with the rest of your abilities. Really, oh my goodness. Bigmar just takes Mona out of the game, saying, where did you go? Holy.
That root max level can do some damage with the right build, and that Ob Shard proccing on it as well. Flux is chasing all alone. If these 4 members realize that Flux is alone, they could turn and kill, but unfortunately they've given it too much time. They have to full-on retreat at this point. One thing I do want to note, though, is that Good Bergerr, off of 1 pick, with the Trebuchet pushing, were able to even out the towers across the map for both teams.
Yep.
And the gold, they're almost down 2k, but they're not playing like it at all. They're almost playing like they're the ones who have more gold in this situation. Aiden's going to get plucked, brought back into the tower. He almost falls, just not enough damage quite yet. Bergerr getting aggressed on, though, by Dragon. Even on a monster being used, tier 2 will fall. Aiden Whirlwind of Rage still forces the beads out of Skulls, who goes back. The strength of a dragon will fall to Bergerr. Flux, though, the Mystic Rush onto Bergerr will take him out of the picture. And now it's a 4v4. Aiden, though, too low to continue the push. So Topics, yet again, after getting 1 tower, are forced to back off.
Yeah, they're just slightly getting this gold lead to be even larger, right? Like they're getting, hey, we're going to take a tower away. We're going to get a kill. We're also going to strip your jungle away. They're really playing methodically at this point after being sort of down early, coming back. They got that gold fury still. They get the fire, and this is really just a momentum swing in their favor. And it really comes down to Good Bergerr. They had to figure out how to start punishing some of the overextending of people like Flux that last fight, right? If Flux was by himself, if they converge on Flux, they drop him almost immediately in a 5v1. But he gets to push up because they're afraid there's other people around. And I think that is quite concerning, as we do see Bergerr finally sell the Light Blade, and he is going into a death ring. That is the item that he will be building. I expect it to be malicious, but I don't know if that was the right move. I think I like Ferocious Executioner a lot better for the pin.
I'm going to be honest. I thought he was going to disappoint you, and instead of selling the Light Blade, was going to fully upgrade his starter, which is level 20. I'm a little surprised that the starter's not been upgraded at all yet, but we'll have to see. Primal Fury freely goes the way of Topics. Unsurprisingly, Bergerr team just now showing up. So too little, too late for them, and we're going to see it back here from a few members of Topics trying to spend the gold they just earned, get any builds online as complete as possible, as we do see a relic upgrade there for Phoenix on the beads. In the meantime, though, there's Pyromancer coming back up. Good Bergerr's tanks are going to be over there, whereas Mona is pushing this left-hand side up, trying to get some farm. Even though he's level 20, even with his opponent, he's still trying to catch up in the gold department. So we're going to see an interesting decision here from Good Bergerr here shortly, as with Mona backing, they're going to have to be careful about wanting to take a fight. And this Fire Giant Pit Vision being completely controlled now by Topics as they've come up. And Good Bergerr, they're just being toyed with, essentially just pushed back as much as possible. Surprisingly, though, the Pyromancer's not been started yet.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised to see him not either push that fight. They know that, Mona's not there, and take that 5v4, or just go ahead and take the Pyromancer. What I do like, though, is Flux finally upgrades that Jotuns to Jotun's Cunning, and that cooldown's going to be feeling really good on this Ravana. Along with that, we also see upgrades to all starter items for Topics, and we do not see the same for Good Bergerr. Not even the Benevolence being upgraded for Tredo. So, kind of concerning there.
To be fair, he's not level 17 yet, so he's not going to be able to quite upgrade that yet.
I was thinking about, I forgot about the level 15 thing. I was thinking about that.
This is Enhanced Fire Giant, though, and it got to have health, but Skulls decides to ult in, forcing Topics off, but He only forces 2 back. The other 3 go forward. Tredo actually has to ult himself this time around, but this does allow Mona to freely dive onto Bigmar. I'm a monster though, almost in time, but just off the mark. Does force the bees Aegis from the Palau of Mona. Bigmar's still trying to just play defensively, knowing that teleport attempt's going to be coming in. Phoenix just chonking Mona down as members of Good Bergerr are trying to fall back and deal with the Flux, who got quite a bit of damage off. Skolas looking low, and Tredo falling low as well now that Phoenix is here. This is just quite the chaotic fight. Both teams kind of splitting up, regrouping in their own ways. Mona on the back end, though, looking to finish off Flux. It doesn't matter. He gets clapped by the root. A slight heal, just not going to allow the bleed to make Flux fall. He's going to back off and go to his fountain. Come back as healthy as possible. Skulls use the ultimate. Is only going to stun out Bigmar, but Phoenix with that is able to turn, give him some poison darts, and take down the Soul Laner. His Strength of Dragon is traded out by Bergerr, but it doesn't matter. It's a 1-for-2 in favor of Pics.
What a great gank attempt on the back end of that by Mona. And just super unfortunate to catch the damage and get killed. Like, the flank was absolutely well executed. It just did not go Mona's way.
Speaking of not going their way, Aiden was wanting to get a nice blink ult and wasn't able to do so, but the ultimate did catch Bergerr on the back end, who put his ultimate down, but Bigmar's just crushes too strong. Flux comes back, gets Tredo. It becomes a 4-for-1 across the board with Bergerr last alive, and he's going to try and just do something over on the slow side. Unfortunately, though, there's 2 members zoning you out. One of them is Bigmar. Berger's going to dash away and hopefully just go back to tier 2. In the meantime, the Fire Giant, the enhanced of all Fire Giants, is just being shredded apart. Phoenix going to clean that one up and back as well, try and finish these builds. At Pics, they've gone up to a 7,000 gold lead with only a 6-kill difference. It's just a good objective control.
Yeah, and I'm surprised not to see them just go ahead and grab the pyro there. They're there. Just go ahead and shred it. It gets you back into your lanes faster, get these buffs faster. One thing to talk about here is Flux just hit Divine in that last fight and has absolutely become a menace in this game. We talked about, hey, you got to punish Bigmar. You have to punish Bigmar. And you do. But we saw before that last Fire Giant pull, Flux got to run into a 1v5 or 1v4, and they didn't do anything to him. He didn't die. And that is insane. It's not like he's tanky. He just picked up a mantle. He has Protector of the Jungle, but he's not this insanely tanky target. Yet he gets to just survive by walking in and zoning people out. And we will see the Oni Fury be the next thing on the list for Pics here. That will provide them pressure in every single lane and help them with his Phoenix Sieges.
One thing I do want to mention is the pings that we saw come out were from Pics. They're saying, us 3, go Oni, you 2, take that tier 2 down. This actually is going to provide a lot more pressure and force Good Bergerr to stay away from any objective on the map. They're gonna force the Trebuchet up, but now they have to pay attention to this right-hand side of the map, because with the Oni Fury down, they're now going to realize that those 2 were probably alone, but it's too late to try and challenge them. So just that kind of mental warfare going on during this match, and good on Pics for recognizing that they have that kind of an advantage.
Yeah, really good communication here. After we saw some kind of like early, like, I won't say blunders isn't the right word, but like we saw some like just early communication differences, it seemed like, with ganks and the like, and it really seems to have cleared up once we hit the 20-minute mark.
Ooh, Mona's got to be careful. His Dragon is here with Flux. It'd be a very quick death for Mona getting in a fight with those 2. Aiden's going to tank up this Phoenix, trying to give opportunity for Phoenix to get in there, but Whirlwind of Rage still picks up 2. I'm a Monster hits 2. The Poison Darts hits both. Phoenix is going to get Tredo, and Bergerr falling low, but instead we'll get Aiden as the left-hand Phoenix falls, but Flux comes crashing in on the back end. Will clean up Bergerr, shutting him down as well. Skolas and Bergerr in trouble, but Bergerr making to the fountain just in time. Mona goes into Paolo, goes up, Flux beads, Bigmar beads, trying to get Phoenix as well, but the beads on him. Bigmar will take Mona down. Phoenix will get Skolas. Bergerr gets Flux and Phoenix for a double kill to shut them down. And it's on Bigmar and Dragon. A 3rd kill for Bergerr, stopping what could have been the end of game number 1.
Absolutely insane play there by Bergerr. Really, as soon as you see the dive in, the beads come out, and Mona you know, got the relics, you're like, okay. But then you see that Osiris come crashing in, you're like, okay, that's it. That's game as they start falling. Perger to come in and just shred with this Mirrodin's Rage. I mean, just has to be feeling good. Overall, just a huge play there by Perger. Great defense. They only lose one Phoenix, this Enhanced Fire Giant, as Bigmar is the only one with it left. And if you're Good Bergerr, you're going, okay, we can defend. We just have to play it a little bit better next time. We have to make sure we don't get caught out as hard with the Whirlwind of Rage and Steel. Just small little things, small little tweaks to the team fight to bring it back together for them. But it's possible. Even though they're down 10,000 gold at this point, it is a possibility. Because up until that point, the past, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes of the game has been Pics really kind of dominating a lot of the fights.
It absolutely has. I mean, we're taking a look at Tredo just recently hitting level 17, whereas Aiden from these fights has gotten to level 20 already. So kind of a big difference between how these fights are affecting each team. And Tredo, even though he's level 17, unable to upgrade Benevolence into Animosity or Compassion. And the ping on the left-hand side just pointing out where those fire minions are. Pyromancer going to be pulled, but not a big enough objective at this point in the game for Bergerr to try and contest. In the meantime, though, they are wary of the solo lane side. It looks like Mona is going to back here, possibly to try and make sure that these fire minions don't do anything. Possibly finished off a part of a build as well. Actually, 2 more members back. This is dangerous territory because Pics recognize this. Tredo and Perger may fall a lot faster than they would like as Mona's coming back up to regroup with them. Same with Bergerr. Skullus going to the left-hand side to do the fire minions. As Fire Giant comes crashing down in. Will be started up by Pics. Phoenix going to be the one tanking it up. As Tredo looking for opportunity to get in there, but with Flux and Dragon here, it's not that easy. Dashed out by Phoenix with Good Bergerr. They're collapsing in. Flux goes in with the Mystic Rush, but takes a chunk of damage. Mona up in the Palo, trying to find Pics onto anyone in the area. It's going to get beads off of Phoenix, but Flux gets caught. Bergerr with the ultimate will take Flux out of the picture. I'm a monster off the mark. Pics now forced to fall back quickly. Tredo finds himself in a bad situation as Phoenix finds Mona. Mona gets him in return with the bleed. Tredo ults himself to make sure that you can't continue fighting him. But the timing, unfortunately, there, he falls to Dragon, who's now low as well. Skullus on the back end dealing with 2 as Bergerr takes out the solo laner of Pics. And what looked like a good opening for Pics has become catastrophic. Good Bergerr taking a 2-for-3 trade in their favor. One issue, fire minions are pouring into the Titan room. This will end up taking quite a bit of damage, especially with, for some reason, the 3 surviving members are trying to do Enhanced Fire Giant. Aiden coming in with a great knock-up en route, forcing Bergerr to take more damage. Bigmar off the mark with the crush, though. May find himself the one who's in trouble. Beads and Aegis both forced. Skullus will clean up the mid laner of Pics. And now Good Bergerr looking to finish off the supports. Not sure how easy this is going to be, though, as he's dancing around and finding opportunity. Dash through Whirlwind of Rage and Steel, forces the beats onto Bergerr. Fire Giant gets procced, throws some damage at Aiden, and Bergerr, with the help of the Fire Giant, will get taken down by Bergerr.
What a great turnaround for Good Bergerr, because if you saw before the Fire Giant was pulled, when Pics had that whole entire area to themselves, Skullus ulted out, and I'm guessing they didn't see it, but Skullus ulted out before backing and going to left lane, and that should have been their go marker. They know there is no chance for him to do what he needs to do, along with that knowing that the whole enemy team wasn't there, but somehow they're able to hide it all and then come back in and clean it all up. And then I'm a little bit iffy about the 3-man pull of a Fire Giant, but can't say I don't blame him.
Maybe iffy about a 3-man, but we're not going to be iffy about a 5-man, as it's a 5 versus 3, and they are getting this Fire Giant going. It is under half health, and Dragon's actually going to ult in. The Palo is used, but doesn't find any targets. Good Bergerr will get the Fire Giant down, even with members of Pics in the ring, and Dragon, the effects of the Enhanced Fire Giant boosting damage is going to take him down. Mona will take Flux out of the picture, and now Phoenix just backing off the best he can to regroup with Bigmar and Aiden so they can try and defend at least some of these Phoenixes, because there's no point in defending a tier 2 right now.
Yeah, you just got to let the tier 2s go and hope that they go for the tier 2s and not your mid Phoenix. That's what you're hoping for at this point. The good news is they have Aiden up, so that Whirlwind of Rage and Steel is going to be feeling pretty good. As Skolas ults in with the Cavalry Charge, looking for something and find a lot of nothing.
And he doesn't, but he does force them back far enough that the middle Phoenix will fall. And Good Bergerr will regroup with their jungler towards his left-hand side. They're looking at the tier 2 tower. And Pics, they had such a good lead. They had advantage on structures, but that one fight has just made it all go away. As they're now pushing in. Oh, a great ult from Bigmar, forces Treadle to ult himself. Whirlwind of Rage and Steel will proc the ultimate and throw Skolas to the side. Phoenix will get Bergerr, but Skolas comes in after a dash, take Bigmar out of the picture. Now Phoenix, the ult from Bergerr will take him out as he was trying to get a dash off. Aiden getting chunked down by the Izanami. The left-hand Phoenix is down. This only leaves a tier 2 and Phoenix on the right-hand side of the map. And Good Bergerr have taken full control.
Yeah, we talked about Good Bergerr being behind 10,000 gold about 5 minutes ago, and I said, you know, they're not treating these fights like they're 10,000 gold behind. And if they could find a way to fight back into the game off of the previous fight that happened with that 10,000 gold, they seemed to put up a good defense on that left-hand Phoenix when Bergerr saved the game for them. We're now seeing them not only have taken Bergerr saving the game as a way that they could fight back in, but literally just going, no, we are going to be fighting back in, and we're going to take the lead. We're going to punish the fact that you guys didn't end when you possibly had a chance to. And this makes for a very interesting game because we're 42 minutes in. Enhanced Fire is on Good Bergerr for the time being. It will be falling off soon as the both Phoenixes are down for Pics. But it's going to come down to a team fight that's going to end the game. A singular team fight, if they get, if they get 2 picks on either side, I think that's going to lead to the other team, whatever team that happens for, just trying to run it down in the game and get those other members.
Oh, it absolutely should. Unless all of your members are low on health, that's really where it ends. Because right now, I think Pics are just happy that that Fury that was taken by Good Bergerr on the way back wasn't an Oni Fury. Because that would be 2 Oni fire waves pushing up right now that they'd have all their attention on, leaving the tier 2 and right completely open and free for the taking. But Good Bergerr right now, they're looking at the Pyromancer as both their tanks are looking at pushing up the right-hand waves, trying to get to that tier 2 before Pics can. And Skolas will manage to do so, having 2 members behind him, but the problem is that this is Flux and Aiden on the other side. They could have, if the team was there, tried to collapse in, but 4 members still having that enhanced fire giant around their waist. They're not going to Straight the Dragons in the left-hand side. This is not good for Pics. Good Bergerr going all in. Will get the right-hand Phoenix, but Bigmar takes Mona out with Humma Monster. Dragon falling low as he looks like teleported in during that fight. Flux, Aiden trying to push members out as Bergerr is ulted by Tredo, trying to make sure there is no death for the mid laners. Bergerr, though, gets caught out behind the team. Aiden picking up the kill onto the ADC. That's 2 members down for Good Bergerr, and Pics are on the hunt. The only problem is fire minions. There's a double wave on that left-hand side of fire minions for Pics. So Flux backing is going to be the one to take care of that. Dragon dealing with mid, and Pyromancer will be the consolation prize for Pics for now.
Really great defense there by Pics. I was worried for them with Strength of Dragon having to teleport to that Phoenix. I was like, oh boy, getting there that late can't be good, but they're able to turn around and be in their favor. The only problem for them now is it's not 2 Phoenixes down, it's 3 as the middle Phoenix comes back up. But they're going to have to play a very risky game on this next Fire Giant. The only good thing that they got going for them is the Phoenix that will be down at that point is the right-hand Phoenix.
That's as long as they can keep these fire minions pushed up. I mean, we see Strength of Dragon at the green buff, Flux, Phoenix both at the speed, moving into the lanes, but it's going to be very difficult to challenge this with how far up these fire minions are going, as the enhanced fire giant for the 3rd time this game is spawned on in. And here comes Flux to rejoin the team after dealing with that last fire minion wave in mid. Bigmar kind of just playing close to the lane in case he needs to do a quick clear. But just this positioning, Good Bergerr pushing up. I'm actually surprised they're not trying to bait them into the Fire Giant pit. It looks like Tredo will finally start that up with Pics being forced so far back. Skull is taking an aggressive stance, but look where Flux is. It looks like nobody knows that the Robin jungler is coming from behind, but Good Bergerr, they've already shredded the Enhanced Fire Giant down. Flux hesitating as that falls to even try to go in, and with Good Bergerr repositioned as they're getting out, the decision is to let them go. Pics thinking otherwise of committing to this fight.
Yeah, Strength of the Dragon that teleported in there very late. I'm really surprised they even called for the teleport if they knew they were going to chase. Kind of a waste of a relic, but the good news is Good Bergerr has no idea. So, and really as a team fight, it's relic. It's not going to be useful during these defenses as long as he doesn't push up too far by himself or go to another lane that they're not defending in. But overall, this is a very good situation for Good Bergerr. I do think Pics has a kind of insane defense with the Jingchen Scylla combo that they've been kind of using the whole entire game. The problem for them is going to be is every single member of Good Bergerr has beads, and that's not going to feel good. Not like they could just go ahead and beats everything out and kind of run it down at this point with Enhanced Fire. They're going to need to have the best team fight of the game in order to get this defense solidified.
Yeah, and with that right-hand Phoenix still being down, there's a couple fire minion waves still pushing that side up. So they're going to have to be careful not to let this fight drag too long either, as the left-hand Phoenix goes down quickly and freely. Going to rotate over to the mid side. One minion wave's going to push in. Flux going to go over to deal with it. And now the fire minion waves on the right are getting closer to that Phoenix line as it's going to be respawning. Mona goes up into the powwow, trying to find any targets to bring in. Aiden goes back into it, but there's going to be no pull. Instead, he's going to come out of the ultimate. A nice little decision there from Pics. Just give up the space. There's Bigmar forced to that right-hand side, trying to save the Phoenix, but there's going to be two more fire minion waves as Good Bergerr, they're going all in. I'm a monster. May have connected, but it doesn't matter. The middle Phoenix goes down. The ultimate from Tredo saves Bergerr temporarily, and he's actually going to find a kill, but Flux trades him out. Phoenix is going to find Mona, and now Pics looking to run it up the mid lane. Unfortunately, though, someone's going to have to deal with these fire minions on the back end because the left lane and right lane both are being pushed up as they're surging for it. Oh, I'm sorry. Is Bergerr going to do Oni Fury?
I think Berger's going to run to end it.
He's going to run it in because the minions... Oh, no, there's two members left, but it's both the tanks. Flux realizing it a little late that he needs to back to stop these minions. Will make it in time, though, before the next one go. In the meantime, Bergerr decides he's going to back, realizing Flux is there, but Skullis and Tredo both will fall. A double kill for Aiden. This may be the game going the way of Pics. The middle Phoenix will fall. Bergerr goes in. He's invis. He's going to find Phoenix, but the Aegis is too good. Bigmar with the crush will take Bergerr out of the picture. And Pics, if they can shred this fast enough, will not have to deal with Bergerr, and they will take game number 1 away from Good Bergerr.
What an insane defense. And that's what I was talking about. I said they have to have the best defense that they've ever had. They get the 2 picks. And the one thing I was talking about is that they get the 2 picks, then they have a chance to run it down. Now, I didn't expect them to run it down with 3 Phoenixes down. But what an absolute insane play by Majin Bush's Pics to get that team collaboration to defend that middle Phoenix, get a great fight, chase it down. And honestly, I think if Bergerr didn't step up so far to that Oni Fury and would have wrapped back around sooner, we might be talking about a different result.
Absolutely. It was such a risk, but Flux had the perfect timing on the back. Had he been later, there's a good chance that Bergerr may have been in the Titan room already dealing damage, and that would have made it a really close call on who's going to end up winning. But I mean, timing's everything in games like this, and unfortunately for Good Bergerr, they couldn't find the timing of what they wanted for these attacks.
Yeah, I'm so impressed by Pics there. To have that type of defense within that situation, you don't see that often with the 3 Phoenixes down to be able to turn around and win the game. I mean, it's a very rare occurrence. And the fact they're able to pull that off, I think, says a lot for their team as far as their mental and the comms that they're having. Good Bergerr played an absolutely insane game. I think both these teams kind of just played lights out, and it really just came down to who gets that last team fight to win the game. I mean, it wasn't... It was a very good back and forth. Hey, we're going to fight back in for both teams. And overall, just impressed. I'm even more impressed by the amount of wards that Pics put out. Almost hitting 90 plus wards? I mean, insane. 90-ish wards. That's crazy. And shout out to Phoenix Finks for the 62k damage on X-Ball.
They hit 100.
Did they hit 100?
They hit 100 on the dot.
Yep, they did. Yep, 20. Yeah, insane, dude. I mean, and both teams had a crazy amount of awards, but I love it. I love it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when you have, what was that, a nearly 50-minute long game? Your whole team should have a good amount of awards. If anyone has less than like 10, 15 wards at that point, 50 minutes, especially with free wards, you may need to rethink how you're warding.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about how... There was a time a few seasons ago I played on a team, and we would ward over 100 wards a game because there was 3 of us that would buy Oracle Chalice. Like, we used Oracle Chalice to our advantage to get vision, and that's how we played the macro of the game to be able to know when we could go do objectives. And we'd always get, memed on about, like, oh, you guys buy Oracle Chalice, like, that's useless, you guys are wasting gold. I'm like, no. Like, we are able to get objectives off of this because we have the ward coverage ahead of time. Like, we know where you all are at, so we can make the plays that need to happen.
I'm going to be honest, Oracle Chalice back then, it just was for the people who don't know how to time their wards.
Yep.
When they back.
I agree. We did it because we were warding so often. Like, we would go ahead and back, and we'd have 2 more wards. Because I would buy it in jungle on my like 2nd or 3rd back. So that way I had it early. All right, are you ready, TIH?
I'm ready.
I don't know. That's going to be in my head now. Freaking SpongeBob, dude. Oh, I don't even have to switch the teams. Oh, you guys are great. Fantastic. That's what we like to see.
All right. Picks and bans for game number 2, and Mercury is immediately taken off the board.
Yeah, we saw this in game 1. They banned the Mercury early, and I don't think I want to see Mona on a Mercury after how aggressive Mona was on the Dodge Z. I think that's a bad time, so I would ban it too.
And Turnabout going to be the return ban. Capri going to be taken out this time, and I'm glad Capri and Robin, 2 picks I'm glad are not allowed to be played a second time in a row, just because I'm sure they were annoyed Capri just constantly bringing someone back, and then Flux on Robin. You just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, Capri is annoying for so many reasons. The ult being just one of the many. I'm still surprised to see this Chernobog ban after the nerfs. I'm not sure he's as good, but if you know the other team's comfortable playing him, then I get it. I just wonder if there's possibly a better ban, as last game you had to deal with several gods that weren't going in your favor. And I'm assuming they're going to ban Yu Huang in this last ban slot like they did last game. But we do see a Freya ban by Pics here. And Freya has been on a rampage. That god is absolutely dumb to play against. It does so much damage. So I'm kind of glad to not have to see it in this game.
Yeah, we do have that ban. The Good Berger's really thinking about this last ban, it looks like. Wanting to make sure they get the right thing out. But it's kind of a concern because and there it is. They get rid of Daji. So the insta Yu Huang lock-in, and that's what my point I was getting to make was, even though if you ban the Yu Huang, there's still other top picks available. So they decide they'd rather deal with the Dragon Mage than the Daji.
Yeah, I mean, if you looked at what Bikmar did game 1 on Scylla, even without CC, it was insane. So I don't think you're like, man, let's just ban away mid laners at this point. It seems like if he can play Scylla well and get his own roots into crushes, into I'm a Monsters, he's probably going to play anything pretty well. So maybe we just go and we go, hey, we're gonna ban Flux out a little bit and not have to deal with some of his top picks and get rid of some of that comfortability that he had the game one.
We're gonna have to see what he decides to do. Here's Bergerr going back to the Asset, it looks like, and Skullis. Just talking about this next pick that they want to get in. I'm kind of interested to see what it's going to be. And it looks like they may want to take that Jing Tian away.
I think Jing Chen, and I say this every time I cast and I play, Jing Chen is I think he's top 5, if not top 3 supports in the game. I really like him in support. I like what he brings. He's anti-damage. He has great CC. He has good chase down. And with this E set, that's going to be feeling really good to follow up the Silent Spirit Ball, the whole 9. That just feels great. So I'm curious to see, is it going to be solo or support? I think it's a good flex pick. And we also see Topics go back to this Osiris. And what I said about it game 1, I'm going to say it again. Osiris is a great pick in your top 3 because it doesn't give anything away. Is it going solo? Is it going jungle? You don't know. But we do see Aiden's going to be playing X-Ball again. And that's going to be feeling pretty good. Not Aiden, Phoenix. Holy smokes, dude. My brain is fried.
Well, the second ban phase has started, so we're going to see Yamoja and Terra banned away by Good Bergerr and Topics. They get rid of the Nemesis, which gives them a little bit of breathing room when it comes to this last one. And it will be the King Arthur, a pick they're not wanting their solo laner to have to deal with. And honestly, for an Osiris, I do not blame them.
Yeah, I'm actually curious to see if Good Bergerr decides to lock in something like the RDO here and just really solidify a huge frontline presence. But they could also go this Atlas route. We've seen this Atlas solo kind of start becoming a thing. And when I see the rest of their comp, I see this Cupid, I see the Jing Chen, the E set. That could be really dangerous as they hover this Guan Yu, which I don't think was a problem for them game 1. But I also am not sure it brought the best team fight. They lock in the Mulan. Interesting. That's going to provide very good dive, and it could go jungle? But I don't know if I like this a lot.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Mulan's played well. Mulan can be scary. The problem is, especially in even skilled games, which after that last game, I can't say that either of these teams are far or above the other. In even match, I mean, unless Dragon's going to just let Skullis do whatever he wants on Mulan early and not risk death, I don't see this Mulan pick going well.
Yeah, I'm a huge advocate. If you're picking Mulan for the solo lane, that you're going to have to gank solo pretty early and put a lot of pressure there. You need to get these abilities leveled up quick because that's when Mulan comes online. But I'm looking at the enemy comp and I'm like, I don't think Mulan feels great into Yu Huang. It certainly goes okay with Osiris. I think Osiris does have the advantage. Osiris is a known lane bully. But then I'm looking at the rest of this comp. I don't want to dive into a Ymir with my ultimate. And I really liked... I don't know. I like the rest of their comp, though. So I feel like this could be very interesting with the Jing Chen, E-Set, and Cupid. But I'm concerned.
If this Ratatosker gets locked in, I think this Mulan is going to have the worst time they've had in a long time in solo lane. As long as Mulan's going solo. You have a stun, a proc shred, and a dash to stay on your target with an Osiris who has a tether to lock you down. That is not something any Mulan player wants to go against.
Alright, Mona's trolling us here. Yeah, I look at Topic's comp here, and this just looks more cohesive than what Good Bergerr has. I like this Pele pick for Mona.
Pele.
Yep.
Okay. I was getting ready to say I think a Thor or Hunbots would be a great jungle pick here for just counter engagement or just anything at all to deal with not just the rat but the Yu Hong. And now it's a Pele. Mona has got to be so far ahead of Flux in any gank decision.
Yeah, the fact that Flux can kind of just make up for any gap that, Mona has is going to be a problem. You're really hoping that if you see Flux on the ward in solo side, that maybe you're on left and you get a gank off in left. I mean, I don't think you want to be ganking the same place at the same time with this rat. It obviously that becomes build dependent. I've seen a lot of crit rats lately. I don't think Flux is going to go that way. I expect Flux to kind of go this bruiser-ish rat build. We'll have to see. But right now, if I'm Pics, I'm going, hey, I'm literally forcing solo ganks as much as I can. I want to keep this Mulan behind because she is one of those gods. Obviously, every god feels bad from behind, but Mulan feels especially bad because you have to level her abilities even after you buy them, right? Like, you have to be able to get to that stage 2, stage 3 to get those extra benefits, and if you're not getting there, then that's just going to feel bad.
Yeah, and I do want to make sure it's known that it's not that Pele is a bad god. It's that the current meta and builds do not favor her in any way across the board. The solo builds, the support builds, the hunter builds, and the jungle, especially with the jungle builds favoring ability-based junglers right now, Pele's not in a good spot. It's not that she doesn't need nerfs or buffs. It's just the items.
Yeah, I've seen her played a little bit in comp, and I don't think she's bad. I think it's hard to keep up with this Ratatasker. I think it's the problem. I look at their comp and I'm like, okay, who is Pele diving and feeling good about diving, right? Okay, you dive Ymir, he's gonna freeze you. You dive Yu Huang, oh cool, he floats away. Or he roots you. You dive Osiris, okay, he tethers you. You dive X-Ball, he threes away or ults and you don't have vision on him anymore. I think Pele in this way, I just don't know who your target's gonna be. It's gonna have to be a effort whenever Pele wants to be able to go in and kill any of these targets. You're going to need a lot of backup. It's not going to be a lot of, solo potential.
I think the play here, honestly, is level 2, goes straight to dual lane. I would say solo, but the issue is that Mulan early, yes, it has some good damage. I just don't think against an Osiris, with a Ratatosker possibly falling behind, it's going to be easy. Whereas if you, as Pele, can rotate enough over towards the dual lane, especially with the Xingqian in there, I think that's a better chance with CC surrounding you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think if you're picking up Flux on wards and solo side, then you just gank duo. And I that's going to feel good, but we'll just have to see how that goes as we hop into game number 2.
Yeah, and this is do or die time for Good Bergerr. Pics looking to close it out 2-0. Good Bergerr looking to take us to game number 3, make it a best of 1 series at that point. In the meantime, those we're getting into the game. Both teams loading up, get ready to get their initial start going in terms of items. And of course, Flux getting that tier 1 Ecorn start, a little bit of movement speed with that.
And as a reminder, if Pics win this game, they get into the playoffs.
Yeah, so this is a big deal for them. And if Good Bergerr already being in, they could go, we don't care about winning. We can give them a free 2-0. But you mentioned that they're playing for better seeding. And depending on where they're at, that better seeding could be the difference between a good side of the bracket and a bad side of the bracket.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll kind of see how it goes. I haven't looked at the brackets and seen how everybody falls, but I feel like in this game they're trying some stuff, is what it comes off as to me. Like they see, hey, we're gonna try out Pele, Mulan. I mean, I have not seen Mulan in a conquest game, and I can't even tell you how long. And that's not to say Skolas can't play it and frag out. I just haven't seen it in games whatsoever. But we do see her going into this warding sigil, so looking to be a little bit more tanky, and that should be kind of interesting.
And the leader rush.
Yep.
Whereas Dragon is going for that Death Toll into Sovereignty rush instead of a Berserker first this time around. So Dragon may be looking not just for that early survivability, because Mulan does have some good early damage, but possibly some quick turnaround kills as well. We'll have to keep an eye on that lane as time goes on. In the meantime, though, both teams doing the same starts, trying to get through. And it looks like both teams may end up being in every lane at the same time. Solo getting there about the same time. Mid, slightly ahead for Pics, but dueling looks just about even. So though, Root gonna hit the wave. Flux gonna use his 2 there to clear it and go straight onto Bergerr. Turn around onto Mona, and unfortunately for these two, that wave was cleared so fast. A first blood within a minute going the way of Flux, and they get to invade for free. And Pics just playing with confidence out the gate. Both lanes, mid and duo, just playing extremely aggressive as quickly as possible to try and get some quick kills and put these teams back as far as possible.
And I was going to talk about how I really like Cupid in this situation. We've seen Cupid on the rise with the CC DR changes, and then you add in the fact that the Heart Bomb does more damage to minions now. I really like Cupid with this Jing Chen, but they're going to need some help. Like they need to be able to get to this Ymir after getting Phoenix down. Ymir could cause them a lot of problems.
Speaking of needing help, Mona took quite a bit of damage over by the pre-spawn of the right-handed neutral Harpies, but Bergerr showing up in time, getting some good amount of damage onto Flux there. Igmar, though, stepping up to try and clear the wave, even with 2 there, is going to avoid the stun. Get aggressed on a little bit, but nothing to be too concerned about.
I mean, he should have been concerned. He didn't have his 3 yet. He just got it as he hit level 3 during that engagement.
To an extent, he should have been, but the stun did miss, to be fair.
Yeah, I just don't know. If I'm Bigmar, that man's playing with some fire up there a little bit, standing up that close when he doesn't have an escape.
They're going to play this confidently. I mean, until they get shut down, I don't think I can blame them.
Yeah, I get it. After their turnaround to win game number 1, they were coming into this game with a lot of confidence for these team fights. And they're just telling them, hey, you're gonna fight us at our pace right now. Now we do see that early gank towards this Mulan at blue buff here, and this is kind of what we were talking about pre-game. We'll see how it goes.
Blink in, stun does not connect onto Skolas, but it does onto the blue buff, so Dragon's going to be able to come in, take that, a good invade for the buff, if nothing else. Dragon is slightly ahead in terms of XP of Skolas. Going to go ahead and get the totem. Who is Flux going to take down the blue buff for him in the meantime? So Skolas, just being that low on mana as well has gotta hurt as a Mulan. Gonna have to back here shortly, try and get something going and just get his mana back. But meantime, dual lane Bergerr getting poked a little bit, but the wall timing from Aiden gonna be off the mark. So Cupid Dash gonna get him far enough out of trouble. But Tredo gonna looks like trying to lead the charge into
I think he got it.
Okay, Tredo was just allowed to walk in and steal away the farm from Pics.
Yeah, he just said, hey guys, how's it going? Let me breathe on that real quick. And then free XP for me. You know, feels good. Skolas,
oh no,
just not feeling great right now without that blue buff. Force under tier 1 tower. Is going to have to back sooner or later, but Dragon is going to keep the pressure on with this wave, which is what you want to do in this situation.
I'm very surprised Skolas didn't back after that one wave when we were here before going over to the dual lane. That was the time that he needed to with the buff being down. So this is kind of the awkward spot because now, unless Dragon fully commits to this back, and he did, This is now Skull's opportunity to back and make it back, as he already got teleport. His dragon's going to come in with his own teleport, try and force the wave up, but it's not going to be enough to like have a big advantage. Bigmar looks like had a little fight somewhere. Is his health got pretty low there? Warlock staff coming online now is going to be stacking that, and
Yeah,
man.
he got poked out by Mona Perger and was chilling in our tier 1 tower there for a little bit, but they weren't able to fully commit and finalize the kill, so he gets to live and gets to back, which is going to be feeling pretty good on this Yu Huang, not getting punished too hard with that 1 assist. And, you know, Warlock staff coming online. Yu Huang's already hard to kill, and you give him a Warlock staff that he can stack for the health and the pin, and, well, it's just going to become even more of a fun time. We do see Flux build into Thistlethorn Acorn, looking to get the big old Acorn Blast for stuns. So that's the route he will go this game with this Bumbas. And that should be feeling pretty good. I expect we're going to start seeing this rat jumping through the cosmos here soon and getting some good ganks off.
Well, speaking of the rat, Flux gets a nice stun on Mona. Just completely out. Up until that ultimate was used, was completely out damaging Mona. And with Tredo coming on over, Flux is going to use the ultimate just to get out to safety. And man, that he had quite a bit of advantage with that damage until that point blank ult from Mona just nearly wiped him out.
Yeah, Mona goes, I can't miss this, and just went in, and yeah, Pele does a lot of damage once you get into that ultimate, and it swings pretty quickly. That really being able to get into the cosmos as quickly as Flux did was pretty impressive.
Yeah, and that was also without an item fully finished, so Flux is gonna have to be careful the next time around for that. Is Skullus being careful on their side of the map, falling lower and lower, Dragon just kind of poking away at their life. And Flux, a nice positioning here to try and go in the blink onto Perger, but the beads will not allow the freeze to connect. The ultimate, try and get some self-healing in there. Intredo, some nice protective sitting in front of the mid laner. So no falling there. Still just sitting at 1-0, about 7 minutes in. Gold lead is over 1,000 for Pics, as they've gotten some invades off here and there with that first blood as well. Bigmar, though, needs to be careful of Mona on the back end, but it's spotted by Flux. Actually going to be pinged out, and he goes up into the air just in time. Mona going to be a little disappointed on that one.
Well, that's what makes this Yu Huang so hard to gank. If you have any inkling that someone's around that can blink on you, stun you, do a ton of damage, okay, I'll just go up in the air and fly away. And yeah, you can see where Bigmar's going to go, where he's going to land, and it's very much like telegraphed. But can you catch him? And you're going to take damage when he lands. He is going to Goomba stomp you. You know, so it is one of those things you have to be very aware of, as Dragon went for the steal of that blue buff there, and Skullus does get blue buff this time, so at least that's going to be feeling good.
And now that Soul Eater being upgraded from the stacks, going to have quite a bit of healing as the sovereignty is fully online for Dragon. Just trying to clear the waves as the second one comes through. As Bergerr going back to the tier 1 to heal, as Phoenix is just going at this wave, so Berger's going to have to continue sitting back. In the meantime, though, Tredo gone full engage onto Bigmar. Does have the ultimate, but chooses not to use it in this situation. Aiden is going to sit up, doing some poke damage to the wave, so his mid laner have an easier time of clearing. Continue stacking up that Warlock stuff, and Mona yet again spotted out, not having an easy time of trying to get into that mid lane.
And Bigmar didn't have beats. So I don't know if that wasn't calmed earlier, but Bigmar's beads were down. If you hit that whirlwind, that's a kill, confirmed. So very strange to see that going on. We do see Flux went to go gank Du and decided to come back over to mid.
And he's trying to get something, but unfortunately, Tredo's knock up is a little too good for him to deal with right now. So instead, he's going to dash away. Bergerr and Tredo both going to stay safe as Phoenix. The heart bomb on him, it's not going to stun. It will damage, though, enough. So Bergerr backs off, gets some healing. Both just going to go back to the waves. And his Transcendence is going to be sitting at 33 stacks, while 30 on the side for Bergerr.
I think Bergerr thought that heart bomb was going to stun And had it stunned, I think Bergerr was ready to fully commit to that. And then as soon as it didn't, he goes, no, never mind. I'm not going to take that fight. Really wise decision there. The X balls would be hitting pretty hard with these bolas, and if you don't get that stun, it's gonna feel kind of bad. So we do have a fight breaking out over in solo, and Mona is in trouble.
Good on the ult is Flux, a return ult from Mona. The damage though, Flux finally managing to find that last auto and do a little check on the speed buff. Not gonna be there, but Aiden looking to find an opportunity to collapse on Shredder and Bergerr, but recognizing that he's not in a good spot, decides to set up the wall. One of the Harpies, however, will be stolen away by Bergerr. As Flux gets a nice little double stun on the Tredo, and Bergerr makes sure that there's no aggression coming from them back into lane. And just look at this pure 1 level difference from Bigmar and Bergerr. He just hit 11, so Bergerr gets a minion, immediately hits 10. It's kind of that awkward situation because neither of them have died. This is just the farm difference at this moment.
Well, yeah, and Bigmar is rushing Mirrored in here, and that's going to be feeling really good on this Yu Huang. As Bergerr and Tredo step up, look at that red buff, and they're not going to have to pay for it, luckily. But getting very, very confident there to step up with really not much detail of who is there and who's around. I am curious what Bergerr is going to build. I'm assuming it's going to be Aussie next, just like we're going to see for Phoenix. It's an Executioner, actually, what we see for Bergerr here right after that Transcendence, which is going to be stacked soon.
Been a little skirmish going over around the Oracles. Flux trying to get something going, 80 nearby, but Tredo and Mona working together to force him out of this one. Instead, the kills are standing 2-0 so far in favor of Topics. Looking at about a roughly a 2,000 gold lead for Topics right now. Is Bergerr, they've been getting their own farm recently, but it's just still not enough with these wave differences from the kills coming in. And Dragon just full on invading, fighting Mona, and now Skolas as well. Mona is going to be forced to use the ultimate to get away, but Dragon doesn't care. He's going to continue going, trying to find an opportunity. One little situation though. Mona's got movement speed in the kit, so you're not going to be able to catch him. So he's going to try and steal the speed buff. Flux, though, gets stunned out, and the wind gust's going to be just in time. Bergerr will take Flux down. Dragon's trying to get this speed buff, but he's also fighting Skolas at the same time. And it does go to Dragon. The tether stun comes just in time. Mona not going to be too happy about that one. Gets pulled back by Skolas as they're still fighting over on that mid side by the red buff of Good Bergerr's. And, okay. Dragon doesn't care that he got his price. He wants more. But Mona's decided, I'm going to mid. Bigmar goes up in the air to get further away. Aiden trying to walk away from danger. And there's going to be no further aggression onto these two. I have expected Mona to just try and go all in there as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I think what kept that from happening is they know Bigmar's ultimates is up, and if Bigmar hits one of those ults onto Mona, I think that pretty much just insta-deletes Mona from the game because it's going to follow up with a huge combo with the rest of these abilities. Aiden poking out Tredo over by the mid-Harpies. And really, this game is just a ton of fights happening all over the place. Really interesting to see where each team is putting their pressure as Dragon just decided to run it down the left side or right side jungle by themselves and say, hey, come fight me, while over on the left side, the rest of both teams were just poking at each other and getting a fight.
Gold Fury being up, neither team really going for it just yet. We do see Topics dual lane kind of regrouping together, but Aiden passing over some wards, gonna have to just be careful because this is known. Flux sitting on a ward right now, so also known where he's at. And on the back end, you have Bergerr rotating in as Bergerr and Tredo kind of trying to collapse inward as Aiden gonna get a freeze off onto Bergerr. He goes for the silence, but he can't get it off just yet. Flux gets a nice shred, has to dash away, goes into the ultimate as well for safety as Mona used the ult. Up comes Bigmar looking for opportunity here. Get some damage off. Surprised he didn't go for the root right away, but Skolas is here, so the root will go off now, forcing the ult off of the Mulan. Whirlwind of Rage and Steel is going to be used, forcing the beads out from Bigmar and the ultimate, hitting a few, but Aiden, a nice double freeze, helping him avoid danger, and Bigmar taking Skolas out. You shouldn't have pulled the Amir. still had the Yu Huang nearby.
Yeah, this is the Yu Huang effect, where you think, hey, oh, we got his 3, we got his beads, everything's fine. No, you get hit by the dueling dragons, and then followed up just by a bunch of explosive damage and a root, and overall, Bigmar, again, just on one of these picks that you have to find a way to punish, as on the left side, Bergerr gets taken out by the combination of Flux and Phoenix, and on the right side, Mona falls in the jungle to Dragon, who is back here invading again.
Every opportunity so far this game, Topics have taken advantage of. Dragon recognizing that the kill is happening over in mid lane has given him the perfect chance to go further and further into the jungle. The Gold Fury goes the way of Topics for free. And in response, Good Bergerr, they're looking to rotate on the Dragon, who goes up and down with the ultimate, but the stun being off the mark from Bergerr. This is not going to be an easy kill to find. Whirlwind of Rage is still going to be used here, and the ultimate of Bergerr. They will finally find the kill off those 2 ultimates, but that was 3 ultimates used just to take Dragon down in response to a Gold Fury. Topics up almost 4,000 gold, 15.5 minutes in.
Yeah, this game has a different feel to it than game 1. Topics have come out and basically just said, fight us. And they're literally forcing fights everywhere on the map. They're taking these objectives. They're just looking to push a lead as fast as humanly possible. We do see Phoenix is going into some early crit. That's going to be Wind Demon on that 3rd item there. I'm assuming Aiden might be... does Aiden go Relic Dagger? No, it's going to be a Witchblade probably. But I want to believe it's a Relic Dagger. But overall, I really like Dragon's build right now. You already have a Toxic Blade online built into that Spirit Robe, so you're going to get some extra attack speed, movement speed, and you're going to have damage mitigations. You're just going to be feeling really good.
Honestly, a little surprised he wasn't looking for a Berserker Shield to get that extra physical defense, but I guess when there's a Soul Eater, Toxic Blade is going to be a nice way to go. The Glad Shield online as well for Skullus, but man, just without the help of his team, the damage still isn't there for dealing with Dragon quite yet. And, oh, is he going to be caught? Oh, Dragon almost caught Skullus backing. That would not have been a good situation for him to be caught in.
Well, I was going to say, the other thing is this Toxic Blade's going to be feeling good against this Cupid and this Pele. Overall, like, there's and the E set. I mean, like, most of the enemy team has healing to some capacity, so that Toxic Blade will be useful. As we do see Bigmar come in with a root onto Tredo, and Tredo's actually now in trouble.
If Lux is here, the ultimate comes out of Bigmar's off the mark. The stun was not, but Tredo's able to just leap away as Phoenix. Trying to rotate on overs. Gonna be told that there's nothing there. But Mono's on his left-hand side, and he spots this out. So he's gonna have to back away. Try and regain himself, get back to the purple buff, take that down, then go to lane to deal with these minions. And Pyromancer being started here by Dragon and Flux. Tredo, Bergerr on the back end trying to follow up. The freeze is good on the Tredo. The wall will not keep Tredo nearby as he leaps on through. But Skullus comes on the back end. Dragon spotting him out, says, get it on out of here. Turn tail and run. And Skullus does exactly that just from being run down by the Osiris. But he's going to come back around regrouping. The Trebuchet being pushed up on this right-hand side. And Dragon looked like he was thinking about pushing it up. Instead, going to be more concerned over here as the fight is going to break out. A stun onto Flux. Quite a bit of damage coming out from Bergerr, but Aiden's going to take Mona down. Whirlwind of Rage of Steel was used, but unfortunately, it's not a situation where it's gaining anything as Tredo is going to fall to Phoenix, who made the rotation across the map. Bergerr trying to come up on the back end, but it's going to be too late. Be better off clearing this mid-wave. Pyromancer will go the way of Topics. They're going to try back here as well, but there's recognition is crossing over the ward is Bergerr and Bergerr. They're trying to work together, but Phoenix, Bigmar, oh, the nice blink coming in from Flux, but gets deleted thanks to the ult and stun of Bergerr and Bergerr. Bigmar takes Bergerr in return. Bergerr the dash on out. Oh, but Aiden walks at him, freeze. Nice little damage there as well. Bigmar, the root damage as well, but still not enough to take out the Cupid.
I'm a little bit surprised to see Bergerr rotate there, where when you know Phoenix has such a lead on the rotation, it might have been better just to stay in left lane, farm the wave, get the tier 1 tower, and start pushing an XP lead. Because in ADC, that's what you see happen. You see, okay, this person rotated, and then they get punished for it by losing a ton of farm. And so I am a little bit surprised to see Bergerr rotate there. Getting a lead on this Cupid could be huge because of the teamfight ultimate and the teamfight presence it brings, not only with the Field's Love and the Heart Bomb, but also with the healing. But that's not ends up what happening. We do see, though, that Bergerr is going for a pin-style build by going Exekins and what will probably be a Silver Branch next, is what I'm going to assume.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how this build plays out for Bergerr, because his team definitely going to need the damage that he brings online in the fights to come. It looks like Good Bergerr getting ready for this Primal Fury spawn as members of Pics just coming back into lane over on the right-hand side. Dragon still just trying to beat on Skulls a little bit, force him away from the waves, as Aiden keeps, even game number 1, he kept doing the same thing, stepping on up aggressively as possible, as Mona's going to get caught. Nice little crotch shred there, Aiden getting some damage off as well. But no freeze or stun coming out from either of the two on the Mona there. But Flux will go up into the ult, look to come crashing down. Tredo blinks in, Whirlwind of Rage and Steel, but Flux comes crashing down onto Mona. Ults in return, and the Fields of Love coming out. So Bergerr gonna be the one to get the kill, but Bigmar takes Mona down in return. Aiden using the ultimate as well, creates some separation, and an Onk coming out as well. Bergerr finding himself low. Dragon with the ultimate will take him out of the picture. Tredo in trouble. Phoenix will get that one. They're trying to take Aiden out, but protected by his mid and ADC. Skulls will not be successful. Matter of fact, going to be shredded down, and Phoenix will get the kill. A 4-for-1 on this fight, and Bergerr, the only one alive, has to back to base. Primal Fury's gonna go the way of Pics.
Bigmar with these roots has been insane. Not to mention, I really like the way Phoenix starts off that fight by ulting in and making them go, okay, where's the X-Ball, where's the X-Ball, where's the X-Ball? But it allowed Flux to reposition and go sit up by the purple buff to do the through the Cosmos and then ult in from the backside and really cause a lot of chaos for Good Bergerr's team fight, which allows Pics to go up and start just winning. We do see that Bergerr is going the route of the Odysseus bow, while Phoenix has picked up now a Silver Branch, has a good amount of pin online, also a little bit of crit. He's going to be hitting pretty hard here. It is a Winged Blade out for Aiden on the Siamir, as we have 3 deathless targets and a Fire Giant now being pulled by Pics. And I don't think Good Bergerr knows. Mona is walking that way, but Mona might not be in time for this.
Well, the ult used from Aiden. Yeah, Mona maybe in time, but it's going to be spotted out. Pics will get that Fire Giant, and Mona becomes a target. Nice wall, keeps him separated from the team. Up into the sky goes Flux, looking to come crashing down on a good spot. May find more than he bargained for. He does manage to find Mona, get the kill as well, but there's 3 members collapsing on him. He's dashing away, trying to get into any position to use this blink. Unfortunately, it's not going to be allowed to happen. So instead, Flux in an awkward situation, but his team manages to catch up in time. The missed abilities and missed autos are going to cost Good Bergerr a kill here. In the meantime, though, Phoenix gets tossed under the Phoenix, and that wall unfortunately blocks him off from rejoining his team. Strength of a Dragon stuck in the Phoenix as well, trying to get out. Bergerr dashes on forward, can't find the last auto, and Pics, they trade 1 for 1, but the remaining 4 do get to keep the Fire Giant.
I can't decide if I like the fact that they went and saved Flux's life just to send a message, or the fact that they went up there and they could have just gotten like a tier 1 tower and backed with and bought items. I don't know which I like better.
I do like that they saved Flux in that situation. I just don't like the position they put themselves in after.
Yeah, I don't like that they lost Phoenix. If they don't lose Phoenix there, I think I like the whole thing entirely. But I do like the fact they stepped up and they're like, hey, we don't care that tier 1, tier 2, and the Phoenix is up. We're here to fight. And they step up and make them fight them there. As they're now going to get a left tier 1.
I think it was a good step up. I think they just overextended after Flux got out.
Yeah.
Because they kept pushing up a little bit more and more. And unfortunately, it set Tredo up for the perfect spot to ult them. And then, of course, Aiden's wall was a little too early there, unfortunately, for Phoenix. So it's a little bit of mixed things, but at the end of the day, Pics, they're all back up. They still have Fire Giant on 4. They're still ahead by quite a bit of gold, 8,000 at this point, and Bigmar still hasn't died and has a lot of damage online.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about a game one that Bigmar was somebody that needed to be focused by Mona, and it's not that they haven't tried getting to Bigmar, they just haven't been able to actually get him because of this 3 beads combo. As a fight breaks out and Flux dives in after Aiden dies, and now they're still going to siege this Phoenix, and I don't know why.
Oh, Bergerr just shreds Dragon down there. Mona comes up on the back end. Bigmar goes up, down, but unfortunately, there's no safety to fall to. Phoenix falls low, taken out by the heart bomb of Bergerr for a triple kill. And now it's Bigmar, the one who's in trouble, will fall for the first time, get shut down. Flux, the only survivor, makes it back to base. And now Good Bergerr, they finally found a good fight to take some of this lead away from Pics. And probably find a couple towers out of this as well.
Yeah, just another overextension by Pics. Hey, we get the tier 2. Oh, let's push up the Phoenix. As soon as Aiden drops, I think you just back off. There's no reason to keep pushing that fight there. You already have a gold lead. Some of your members haven't back and spent the gold, as we're seeing now that everybody's backed and spending their gold to get items and upgrading relics and all that good stuff. But now, Good Bergerr is trying to push this tier 2, but they're low, and Flux is going to go up, and he's going to get something off this ult.
He's looking to come down onto Mona. Will clean the jungler of Good Bergerr up. Tredo used the Whirlwind of Rage and Steel, try and delay, but Dragon going to continue on surging forward, looking for Bergerr, who in the meantime, though, a nice little stun on the Dragon. Oh, it Fields of Love on both tanks. Will take Dragon out of the picture. Aiden trying to protect himself. Flux trying to find Skullus on the back end. The Shred will allow him to do so, and trying to find the purple buff at the same time, but he needs to be a little more careful. Bergerr and co are here. The bees will be used so he can use his dash away and try and go back towards this mid lane, and it's going to be a 2-for-1. Pics getting better this fight.
Yeah, great engagement there. Now we saw the overextension by Good Bergerr this time, staying too long for that tier 2. It's going to result in them losing 2 members and a Primal Fury here. And that's going to be feeling really good for Pics. They've already burned 1 Fire Giant down without Good Bergerr being any the wiser of it. And now they have more damage towards these neutral objectives. And that has to be feeling very good.
And Pyromancer up. Fire Giant going to respawn in a few seconds. Here's that wave in the right-hand side for Good Bergerr. Holy, I'm pretty sure I just saw 2 waves just as one walk up.
It's a lot of archers there.
That's 2 waves of archers for sure right there. As Good Bergerr, they're going to position themselves aggressively for the moment, try and get the advantage on vision for the Fire Giant respawn. 27.5 minutes in. Getting closer and closer to that enhanced Fire Giant mark, but Pics, they don't want to let any of this go as Aiden's stepping up, even with a Pyromancer being done, and he's going to do it again. He stole it last game. This game, he steals away the Pyromancer. Flux goes up, comes crashing down onto Mona, who was already low on health, takes them out of the picture yet again. Skullus using the ultimate to go through. A nice 3-man knockup. Fields of Love gonna connect on the 3, but Tredo, Whirlwind of Rage and Steel, will not connect, and he may be punished for this with his life. But instead, Good Bergerr, their support's going to make it out, and Pics actually going to give up the chase this time. They're going to go back for the Fire Giant and try and make this their concession prize for no more members of Good Bergerr. 3 members, Pics, they're going to try and zone out here. Unfortunately, Aiden going to fall low pretty quickly. He gets a nice little 2-man freeze, though. Dragon trying to go onto Bergerr the best he can, do damage, but Phoenix Wings taking too much from Bergerr. Bergerr with a stun, though, through the wall, going to be the one to take him out of the picture. And now Pics found themselves in an awkward situation. Aiden falling low. Bigmar becomes the target of Skullus as Bergerr finds a double kill onto Dragon, and Flux in the back end realizes he just needs to back and re-heal. Bigmar being the one chased as Aiden is going to get heart bombed here by Bergerr. It's not going to stun. Freeze will not connect, though. The silence will, and the wind gust does not take him out. He just jukes that one completely. Runs him around in a circle, but the stun finally takes him out, and Flux.
Oh my goodness.
Aegis speed's good from Bergerr. Flux trying to do everything he can. The stun will hit. Will not keep him, though. It's enough damage onto him, however, but Fire Giant, it's going to be started up by Good Bergerr.
I don't understand what is happening right now. There's no shot they're pulling this with Flux and Bigmar standing here.
Oh, they're definitely going to do it. Mono just ulted Bigmar, falling low, but Flux gets Bergerr. But Good Bergerr, they still get Fire Giant. Mono does get Bigmar in the back end. And with Fields of Love, Bergerr will clean up Flux. So they get everything they wanted. I mean, they only lost Bergerr, so in that situation, good for them.
I am absolutely amazed they decided committed to that. I really thought they would have peeled off and just went and tried to get Flux and Bigmar and then go back, but instead they stay on it. But what is a strange back and forth engagement by Pics and Good Bergerr here? I do want to point out something I find interesting that Good Bergerr has, and that is the double Magi's Revenge. To really go, hey, well, if you CC Mona or you CC Tredo, we're going to chase you down and kill you. And I really like Magi's Revenge. I think it's fun to play around. I'm just surprised not to see a Magi Shelter on one of them. Where you can commit to that dive, you get CC'd, but then you give some CC immunity to an ally. I think that feels really good with how their comp wants to dive. But overall, you know, good on them for getting that Fire Giant. And now they're going to siege this left tier 2 and really open up the map for them.
Well, they're going to try, but Phoenix and Aiden able to just stall them out. Bergerr going to take a little bit of tower poke with Flux. Recognizing that there's some separation, is going to go into the ult, come crashing down onto Bergerr, looking for opportunity to set his team up. The ultimate coming out of Bigmar is going to do quite a bit of damage to Tredo. Whirlwind of Rage and Steel comes out in response, throwing 2 away from the team, but a nice wall from Aiden. The ult as well. Dragon's going to ult in, but unfortunately, that charge was too long. Tredo able to leap away, but Phoenix will take Bergerr out of the picture. Bergerr against Phoenix in return. Mona with the ultimate is going to take Dragon out of the picture. Now Bigmar in trouble. Mona gets a double kill onto Bigmar on the chase down. And Tredo still alive. Aiden and Flux, the last 2 alive for Pics. They're trying to do everything they can to survive and get out. Flux unfortunately going to be cut off by Skullis. Get some damage onto Mona, but dashes on away. Aiden is trying to juke Bergerr out, who's I think finally going to give up the chase onto the support. They give up the chase on the jungler as well. Instead, they decided it's time to go for some structures. The tier 2 in mid going to be the call, and with minions here, it will fall quickly enough. Oni Fury is up, but the mid Phoenix still going to be what they're going for. Flux back into the ultimate already, looking to come crashing down on target. He's going to go straight down on one of the stun is good. Freeze onto both as well. He's trying to do more, but unfortunately it's not enough because the knockup coming out from Mona sets up Bergerr for a kill onto Flux. The mid Phoenix is going to fall. Aiden, there's not a whole lot he can do. The stun is good, but the silence from Bergerr not hitting anything. They're going to try and just backing on out, and Aiden is still chasing this for some reason.
Yeah, Aiden's really making them go, we got to kill this Ymir, dude. Like, he just keeps running at them despite getting shredded and being by himself against 3. But now Good Bergerr has opened up this Phoenix, and they've also just nullified any gold lead that Pics has, as they're only down about 1,800 gold now compared to the, I don't know, 6 to 8,000 they were down before. And then we see a Fields of Love come out as they're looking to pull this Oni Fury, but it's Pics pulling it instead.
It was an 8,000 gold lead at one point, and they brought it back within 2 to 3. But this Oni Fury, it's going to open right back up, and I'm honestly surprised Good Bergerr let them have that one for free there. No one trying to go around on the other side of the wall and do anything, especially with Tredo having that Whirlwind of Rage and Steel back up.
Yeah, I really expected them to commit to trying to secure the Oni Fury. You already have this mid Phoenix down, and Oni Fury just means you have pressure in the rest of these lanes, and it is going to open up the Fire Giant for you to get it warded the way you want. But unfortunately, they just let it go, and now Pics go, hey, now that we have the pressure, we can get some of these lanes pushing, we can get the ward coverage we need. And they can also look for a fight as Bergerr is over in the left lane by himself.
Oh, and Bergerr gets spotted in mid all alone. The beats is forced, but unfortunately he runs right back into the other 3 members, and Phoenix Finks gonna be the one to pick up the kill onto Bergerr, and that's a free pick that Good Bergerr they didn't need happening, because this Fire Giant spawning here in a few seconds, it will be enhanced, and it's going to be a 4 versus 5 because Flux is going to clear these fire minions and come back to rejoin his team. This is going to be a tricky step for Good Bergerr. They've got to be careful. These waves are not pushed up in a favorable position for them, and there's still just this back and forth game. But Flux finds opportunity, goes up into the ult as Aiden used his ult. Skullus uses the ult to get out. Whirlwind of Rage and Steel is used, doesn't get anybody. Comes crashing down on a Bergerr is Flux, but a nice pull coming from Skullus to keep it from doing any more damage. The dash on out, the ult from Bigmar off the mark. Dragon falling low, getting just shredded by the ADC of Good Bergerr. And this fight all over the place. Mona forced out Dragon. Gonna back and try and come back in as Flux did the same thing before. A nice wall and freeze those Skulls, finding himself in trouble. Just using that bow to keep moving around this map, but Phoenix doesn't care. He's gonna go on forward. The bull is doing a lot of damage to these two tanks, and with the tier 2 tower gonna be found some safety thanks to that Emperor's Guard. But Pics going right back for this Fire Giant.
Yeah, they have the advantage here. I mean, Tredo's health is low. Tredo's trying to run back in. Berger's also not full health here. There's a zone by 2 members, now 3 of Pics, and they're looking to defend this Fire Giant and possibly take it as well.
Flux goes up into the air, recognizing what's going on, doesn't want to get caught. Skull is trying to harass the backline, and Aiden using the ultimate as well. Flux just sitting up, biding his time, gonna come crashing down, rejoining his team. And with Bergerr alive now, though, he can fight with his teammates, especially having that ultimate up. Tredo really needs to back here. You don't want to get caught in an awkward situation, especially during the middle of your ult. Aiden, blink forward, freeze, off the mark. Fields of Love comes down, but it's not going to find the mark. Tredo will die immediately when he tries using Whirlwind of Rage and Steel. Not enough health to use it. Flux takes Bergerr out on the back end, and Phoenix and Bigmar trying to get Skullus. The ult from Bigmar brings him closer. Tries to get out, but Mona, the ult, gives a double kill to Phoenix, dashing the wrong way, and that's a 3-for-none. Skullus going to pull Dragon, not going to find the damage he's looking for. And Pics, they take the fight victory and go back for their prize. Flux, wisely back and deal with these fire minions pushing towards the Titan, as their Titan took a little bit of too much poke there.
Yeah, I'm really surprised they kept pushing that engagement, knowing the fire minions were on their Titan. But now they should be getting a free Fire Giant, but instead they're turning to fight Skullus. Skullus is 1v4 in here, and he's doing everything he needs to do to keep Good Bergerr in it to try to get them respawned back up as Bergerr decides to push in, and this could be the ultimate mistake at Good Bergerr having their ADC go in, because now the free Fire Giant is even more free as no one is up for the next couple seconds. And these staggered death timers are going to be feeling really good for Pics.
Yeah, that's really good, Bergerr. Giving up enhanced Fire Giants what you need to do. You have that Trebuchet pushing so far up this right lane that Pics are gonna have to deal with it if they don't want to freely give up a tier 2 tower. So, I mean, you got 30 seconds till anyone's back up. This is plenty of time to take a Trebuchet down and push up a tier 2. Good Bergerr, hopefully it doesn't punish them too hard, but if they come to this situation again another time, I'm hoping the last 2 alive just back on off.
Yeah, I mean, I like the play by Skullus to distract him a little bit, try to get him off it, make them think about maybe not pulling it. I don't think Bergerr needs to set up as well. I think really Bergerr just needs to go like grab a buff, kind of just chill. They're gonna get fire either way. Just kind of unfortunate, but I do like what we're seeing builds here. We see the auto pin build out for Bergerr. It's gonna be feeling really good on this Cupid, especially when these heart bombs connects. I think Bergerr has been an absolute threat most of the game, and the past couple team fights, they have done a good job at punishing Bergerr first to make sure they don't have to worry about any of the sanctified fields. Oh my goodness, they have to worry about any of the circles of protection, silences, shields, all that good stuff.
And now with Flux pushing these fire minions up mid, gonna rejoin his team after they took the tier 2 down right. Gonna split off to this left lane, actually try and force the wave up, but no, he's coming back to his team in the jungle. I'm a little surprised here with Flux. What's going on is it seemed like they had a game plan for him, and now he's gone right back to mid.
Yeah, I think having him split 4-1's good. I mean, he can ult over to left lane very quickly. Not that it's a super far distance for Mona, but he does have the advantage of getting there faster, right? And they're going to siege both of these Phoenixes at the same time. And I like Pics with this enhanced Fire Giant.
Left-hand Phoenix is at half health, but the Fields of Love going to cause Aiden to use the ultimate, so he's not getting caught out too heavily. Flux going to rotate over, Mona as well, but with Topix backing off this left-hand side to allow this Enhanced Fire Giant to heal them, he's going to go back to mid, try and keep the wave pressure as far up as possible. Mona just playing carefully at the Phoenix line, not letting Flux get a easy pick in any way. And this positioning from Good Bergerr, this is going to be really, really hard for Topix because they are waiting a very long time for these waves to catch up.
I would be concerned if I'm Good Bergerr about Bikmar's ult. If he gets the dueling dragons onto anybody, I think that pretty much just takes the Phoenix, and that could be a huge problem for them. As Aiden blinks in, looks for something, finds a lot of nothing.
Well, Dredo counters with the blink, Whirlwind of Rain and Steel, but only finds Aiden. The rest of his team backs off. The left-hand Phoenix is down. Flux ults in. Skull is going to be the one caught out. Bikmar, oh, just off the mark as Dragon went so far ahead without the rest of his team. Ends up getting a little too much damage onto him. So Topix, they get what they came for. They're getting on out. And Good Bergerr, the only nice thing about that fight is they didn't lose any members, although now they're starting to step a little too far up. Dragon comes back in as quickly as possible with a teleport and has already caught Bergerr out. Flux gets the kill, and now that's exactly what you didn't need from Good Bergerr, as the mid Phoenix is going to be siege. Tredo taking quite a bit of poke. Flux getting a nice stun. The Phoenix will fall. Tredo will as well. It's a Bikmar, and now the Titan room is in trouble. 3 members standing, Bergerr being one of them. The Fields of Love is online, and in goes the tanks with the blinks trying to get something done. Bergerr unfortunately has to use the Fields of Love defensively on himself. Phoenix will take Mona out of the picture, and Skullus looks to be the next one. He will get Flux, but Bergerr being low as well. Oh, Bikmar cannot hit the mark in time, but Skullus doing everything he can. Titan under half health will fall to Phoenix for a double kill, and this is game number 2 this set. And Topix have earned themselves a spot in the playoffs.
Just a great game from start to finish for Topix. A few hiccups along the way with overextensions, but really most of the game they held a lead, they pushed it, and they had like 2 problems here or there. But again, to the comms they have to have and the mental fortitude to say, hey, we made a mistake, and then correct it during the game is absolutely huge. Shouts to them for having this chance to make the playoffs and making it in. We have Good Bergerr is obviously still in the playoffs. They just don't get maybe the seeding that they wanted. Overall, I think what we talked about before the game even started with the drafts is that, hey, this Mulan could be, kind of problematic for Good Bergerr in the sense of not performing the way they're going to need it to. We said the same thing about the Pele because it's a dive character, and who is it diving? Who is it going to get a chance to actually kill? And we see that in the stat line of 3, 10, and 7 of, well, they dove, but they really just didn't get to finish off the kills they wanted. So slightly concerning. I do wonder if maybe picking up a Magi Shelter here helps out a little bit. We did see it for Aiden over on the side of Topix, but overall, a great set of games. Both games I thought were fairly close. Either one could have went either way at any point, and just a good time. Enjoyed casting it.
Yeah, honestly, good gameplay all around by both teams. Unfortunately for Good Bergerr, they couldn't find the win, but the nice thing for them is it doesn't matter as much. And as you said, just so hard fought by Topix. I do want to say, however, as much as they're still already in, they're going to have to keep their eye out for Topix because of how they just played. Good Bergerr is going to need to be ready in the playoffs in case they run into them again.
Yeah, Topix played this really, really well. Like, as a team, insane. They knew that Bergerr was the problem for several of their team fights on this E set, and they changed the way they approached the fight by making sure to take out Bergerr first. And I thought that was a huge adjustment they made during game 2, where we saw, like, okay, we saw game 1, he defended on this E set with a crazy game 1 defense, and we see it this game 2. Overall, I think trying to punish Bergerr early did the job for them. Bikmar's kind of cracked, man. Not that Phoenix is too, but I'm just saying, Bigmar, you got to get to him. You got to kill him.
Yeah, no, he a lot of his build. I think the main thing he missed the most was his ult, and that's just how much damage he was doing between his just his fire and his root.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining me, man. That was a fun time.
Yeah, that was great.
And Phoenix, thanks for if you're still in the chat, thanks for reaching out with the games. By the way, I do appreciate it. Phoenix DM'd me earlier and was like, "Hey, do you want to cast some games?" And I was like, "Sure, what time?" Or send me the IDs. And it's funny because then Majin was like, "Yo, there's some games you can cast," and he sent me the same game. I was like, "Yeah, dude, I'm already on it." He was like, "Oh, sick." So fun times.
Nice.
And Monday is when they release the So You Think You Can Cast stuff, supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly.
We will see. It said for hell or high water, so I'm assuming that means we see it. What time though? Who knows? 11:59 p.m. No, I was kidding. I would have laughed. Oh man.